Good morning guys and welcome to Vlogmas day something. I'm starting to lose the count. Anyhow, today we're heading to Hollywood Studios. I actually woke up a little bit later today. I woke up at 5:30 instead of like 4:30, so getting better. I slept really well. I'm not as sore as I was expecting to be. So far this morning, because it's a little bit later in the day, it's like 8 o'clock, we're just about to head out, take the walk to Hollywood Studios. But we have been down to the marketplace here at the yacht club and picked up coffee. So I have had I don't have it anymore. I had an iced seasonal latte, which was salted caramel, and Christopher just had a plain hot latte. So that was kind of our breakfast. Well, I also had a Kind bar because I picked up some Kind bars at Target because they are like seeds and stuff, so I can eat them. They're gluten-free and they really give me solid to go energy, so that is good. I spent the morning, except for that, doing some voiceovers and editing some videos, so I'm starting to get a little bit more up to date with the videos, but I'm uploading still on schedule, which I think is kind of fun. Anyhow, let's head to Hollywood Studios. Good morning.
So we ran through Hollywood Studios so that we could get on Rise of the Resistance. We knew that the line would be very long, and I think we had about half an hour line into the Rise of the Resistance. But it was a beautiful line. There is so much attention to detail in every ride in Disney, but this specific one has so many things. You could just watch things in the line all day long because they have they're full of things, these little baskets of Star Wars things. Well, you probably need to be a Star Wars fan, but I am a Star Wars fan. After getting through a whole bunch of the ride, we got to the room with the stormtroopers, and this is where everything went awry because the ride went down and we had to leave. But we did get free lightning lane tickets, so while we were waiting for that, we went around the land, and then we went and ate at the quick or counter service dinner place. It wasn't wonderful. It was kind of fun standing there, but not so much. And after we ate, we just decided we're gonna leave. But we checked the app once more and the ride was up and running again. So we could go in to the ride. This is the little scene before you start the ride. Then you go into this lander or kind of vehicle, which is supposed to take you to the Resistance. However, you get pulled in by a tractor beam into one of the evil guys' plane. Names isn't in my head right now. It's one of those days. Anyhow, it's a lot of fun when you get from that to these little vehicles. You get moved around in the vehicles. They are free gliding vehicles, so you can move around the whole area. There are a lot of little small Easter eggs. For example, if you look to the right, you can see one of the characters in the movie, which is kind of cool. And I didn't realize that until I edited this video that it was there. So it's a lot of little characters, it's a lot of animatronics, it's a lot of effects. If you're a Star Wars fan, I would recommend doing this. It's almost like you get a little bit scared. Oh, they are going to see us. This is so scary when they're talking there, and then we just move on. And yeah, with a free gliding ride like this, you can go in these rides and you will get different kind of versions every time. I think they have a couple of different lanes, so even if you have been through this, you can get a completely different version of it, which makes you want to go more and more and more. However, it takes, as I said, 2 to 3 hours in line unless you pay for the lighting lane, and this is one of those rides that costs extra. One thing I do want to warn is the last scene, which is this one, was very, very bumpy and almost made me nauseous, so I'm a little bit prone to motion sickness. I'm glad I didn't know that this was here, because I might have thought a second time about going through it. However, now that I've gone through it, I want to go through it again. But it was a lot of fun, and I hope you go and see it too if you have the opportunity.
We are back from Hollywood Studios. Well, we have been back for a couple of hours. We decided to go down to the pool. Sorry, I don't record at the pool because other people have not so much clothing, and I think it is rude to them. So, and also I'm not very comfortable in my bikini, so yeah. But we had a lot of fun. It is a super awesome pool. The Beach Club Yacht Club shares the pool, and it's one of the best on Disney property. It is huge, really, really big. It has one part that has, well, it's sand on the bottom, but it's one part that has like really so that children can play like it is a little beach. And also it has a pretty deep lazy river, which you can either ride on one of those rings or you can just swim in it. And me and Christopher swam like 2 laps around it. It was a lot of swimming. I'm getting a lot of exercise right now. It's really good for my body. I really needed it. Right now we're gonna head into Epcot and pick up some food maybe. We thought we'd go up to the other part of it today to see what they have up there. Maybe shop a little bit, we'll see. But that is where we're heading, so...
For dinner, we went to the new opened steakhouse in the American Pavilion. It was actually really good. I have had a cheeseburger and Christopher had some ribs. Really good. Then we went to the Mexico Pavilion to ride the ride that is far back in the Mexico Pavilion. Again, it is a water ride. I love water rides, and this one is a little bit Mexico inspired with a lot of little songs and maracas and all of those things. You can actually eat. What you see here is the kind of the restaurant part. It's a table service, you can book and eat here. I have never done that because we actually haven't. Yeah, we had one table service all the time we have been at Disney, and that was at the Jungle Cruise restaurant, Shipper's Canteen, that's the word for it. So that's where we've been eating, but you can eat in here. It is pretty loud in here, in the area, but when you get into this little attraction, it gets a lot of music. It's still loud, but you don't hear the people, you hear the music instead, and I really like it. And as I said, like water rides, that's my jam. Just these calm rides, just going slowly, and then you get to see all of the things and see all the decorations, and like, yeah, it's a little movie played on a screen, but then you look around it and you see the rooftops, you see the little cutouts, you see everything. It is beautifully done. Is it something that Disney really know? It is how to make a cool ride. I've been to rides in Sweden. They don't have any kind of details like this. They mainly focus on like the focal point, and everything around it isn't that detailed. with these rides, you can go through it, as I said it before, you can go through it so many different times and you see new things every time. This one, you go the same route or route, whatever you prefer. But yeah, it's a little bit similar to A Small World. However, you don't have that annoying song going over and over and over again. But the detailing is very similar. The lighting in the ride is also very, very similar. This ride also have something that no other ride what I have seen have, and that is artificial fireworks. So me and Christopher, we were still on Swedish time when we were here. We realized that we probably should schedule our vacation a little bit differently. But that means also that it was very, very easy to be up early and go at road drop. So we have road dropped all of the different parks all through this. But we didn't get to see any fireworks because we both were so exhausted by the end of the day. So by 7:30, 8, we were in bed sleeping because we were so tired. So sadly, no real fireworks. However, this little ride have some fireworks in the ceiling of it. So I thought, hey, why not? It gives us a little bit of that fireworks. We actually didn't see any shows either. We went on a few of these beautiful rides, but none of the shows. And we only saw one cavalcade, and that was in Hollywood Studios, which you will see in a later video. Just as you know, I'm recording this voiceover 6 days later or something. I'm a little bit late in my editing, okay? It happens. But yeah, this I really love this ride. It has so much colors, it has so much details, it's a lot of swirls. Everything is, as I said, Mexico inspired, so there's a lot of the colorfulness that comes from that. And also Donald Duck as a little moving doll is just adorable. 3 caballeros, something like that they are called, I think. Yeah, this ride is fairly long, and I didn't very much attack it because I wanted to see as much as possible on it. Like, for example, the little flags that are going over here, they are like lace cuts, which is super cool. And it ends with going back into these tunnels, and you can see bye-bye and thank you, welcome back little sign. It was so adorable. They actually were talking to you when you were waiting in line. This is another part of Epcot. I don't remember what it's called, but it's kind of shows you the idea behind the new Epcot a little bit. They talk a lot about it. We didn't stay that long. We just watched this middle part change colors. Then we headed towards the bowl in the sky, and we turned into Nemo. The Nemo thing, again, it's sitting in a little wagon and going around. It's not in water, but almost the same. And I really like the Nemo one. It's a lot of details, and then they have kind of mounted these little screens behind it, so you get to see all the fishes and the anemones. That's how you pronounce them, right? Yeah, they have done some marvelous job making you feel like you're underwater. How the light flows, kind of the color of everything. it's gorgeous, just completely gorgeous. The screens, they don't make it really 3D, but it still feels like they're somewhat there, but you do see that they are screens. However, later in this little journey, something magical happens. But yeah, you get to see Dory, and you get to see Nemo and Nemo's dad. And you also get to see the turtles. And yeah, it's super cute. It is more for children, I know, but you know, I'm a child in a grown woman's body or something. I love these kinds of cute and cuddly rides. I don't like the scary ones, even though here you have some scary ones. This is Deep Below and the sharks. I don't remember his name though, but he's they're kind of evil, but at the same time they're not evil, they're just misunderstood, like all the villains in the world of Disney. They're often just misunderstood. Yeah. Here is the turtles. This one was really hard to record, and they were supposed to look like they were 3D, but didn't really work. But here is the cool thing though. This is an aquarium. So they have projected the Nemo characters onto the aquarium pool, which I think is just super cool. And after the ride, you can go in and you can look at the different animals in the aquarium. We didn't. It started to get towards our time late, and we wanted to head back to the hotel so that we could get some sleep. But yeah.
It's time to head to bed. It's been a long day after our Hollywood studios and our swimming in the pool. We ended up going to Epcot, went through the shopping place, and the only thing I did was I picked up a band. This is like, I decided that I wanted to buy a new one because our ones doesn't work anymore because they're too old, and the battery runs out after like 2 or 3 years. So I picked up a new one, and the one I picked up is a celebration. It's Olaf, it is Frozen, and it celebrates 5 years, I think. Frozen Ever After. So I really like it, so I picked that up. And that is the only thing we bought so far. We went in with the idea we were gonna buy so many things, and I think we got a little bit stumped when the first thing that we was after didn't exist here so far. It needs to be bought online. It doesn't deliver to Sweden, and it needs between 14 to 20 days to be delivered. It kind of stumped us for everything else, and I've been watching, looking for shirts. I've been looking for a whole bunch of things. Nothing have really like jumped out at me. Well, I really liked a purple Figment shirt that I found today. However, I didn't purchase it because it wasn't that 100% thing, like, oh, this is what I want. I also want a loungefly bag. Again, the only one I found was in Hollywood Studios, and it was in Star Wars Land, and I wasn't 100% sure about it, and still not 100% sure about it. So yeah, that's it. We have been walking a lot today, over 20,000 steps, probably closer to 25. And also because we were swimming, I get exercise minutes on my Apple Watch. You get exercise minutes. They measure kind of over amount of calories that you get over the normal, and it also measures standing hours. It's hard to double or triple the standing hours because that would mean more than 24 hours because I have 12 standing hours. However, I think I doubled my calorie burnage. I think I burned over 1,000 calories today on top of just normal. So that's kind of cool. And I also had over 100 minutes of exercise minutes. So it ended up getting the December challenge done already. So that was kind of fun. We're really exhausted here, so we're gonna head to bed. But I'll see you tomorrow. So good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye.